Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section of reads. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. If you're interested in a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching. Let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aquarius? Got a lot of thoughts. Well, that's... Okay, we'll let that one show up too. Somebody's stepping out of the way. Somebody is stepping out of the way. Somebody's stepping out of the way. I don't know how this... You have 3 kings here. Somebody is getting out of the way. I keep getting somebody is literally getting out of the way. Messages. Messages is at the bottom. This card. Somebody is getting out of the way. Do I need to like elaborate on that before we go any farther? Because that's like really strong. This has been in the works for a while. Somebody has been in the way purposefully, whether you realize it or not. I don't know if it was directly at you per se, but somebody was purposely in the way. But for some reason, I don't know if it was directed at you. It may have just been like an offshoot that they were actually in your way. They were probably not only in your way, they were in somebody else's way as well, maybe more than one somebody. And this made the situation very, very, like, just kind of like we were making it through, but not very well. This is like living day to day on a can of beans a day. It's kind of like we were making it. It wasn't really a lot of food, but I guess we were making it. That's how this feels. It dragged. I don't know how long it was there. Why is that 3 of Cups there? Because that doesn't feel like you would think the 3 of Cups would feel. It feels like maybe we've been on good terms, or there's been a positive surface level, like the outer level was positive. This doesn't feel right to me, though. We get a little bit more. It doesn't feel right. That's not how that's... So, yeah. The same card comes up on the dice, but like this. The Chariot card, same way. Almost like maybe somebody's been nice, not because they want to, because they feel like they had to. Depends on what part of your life this is going in. Could be a social group, could be a work situation, could be even family. Whatever it works for you, wherever way it connects for you. Somebody's been nice to you because they felt like they had to be. Again, I don't feel it directed at you. Maybe they've been nice to a few different people because they felt like they had to be. But they've also been in the way. So they've been easy to get along with, but not very cooperative at the same time. Not very helpful for what you wanted out of life. And I feel like for the longest time, and maybe currently even, I feel like this is just how it is. There's nothing I can do about it. They're in the way. They're going to be in the way as long as they want to be in the way. But I also feel like you're at the place where I guess that's just what it is. I guess that's just what it is. And you're trying to make long-term plans and like, well, what do I want to do with this? If they're going to be in the way, how do I want to navigate that? Because I have no idea if or when they will get out of the way. So maybe I'll just make plans as if they're just going to always be there. And you've started making peace with the situation. They're getting out of the way. I keep getting that, but like I'm not getting why just yet. I don't know if I'm going to get why. the truth is not coming your way. I don't think it's going to come your way. And I also get at the same time, do you really care? I don't know what that means. Like, does it really, as long as they get out of the way, does it really matter to you that much? Like, I don't see you wanting to create harm, but like, if you ever find out the information about why they got out of the way, does it really change anything for you? As long as as long as they get out of the way in a positive way, they just go and live their life in a different place or whatever it is, does it matter? And I keep getting that in the sense of like, it's happening, it's going, but it's almost like, sometimes answers create more problems, and maybe you don't need those problems. Sometimes answers create more problems, and you don't need those problems. Because it's like, oh, that's what was going on, and then people get upset, and then they want to know this, and they want to know that, which doesn't create a better outcome, but they feel like they have every right to know certain answers. That's not really going to help their life, but that's what they want. Well, you got some love cards coming up here, so it could be a romance thing. Maybe you can't move forward with something because somebody's still married, or this, that, or the other thing. And it's almost like the person in the way is getting out of the way, but if the reason they're getting out of the way is because they found somebody else, if that's going to create more problems, do we really need to know that? Do we really need to know that? I'm just saying. If the person you want is not seeing somebody else, they're just seeing you, but the person they were married to starts seeing somebody else, and that's why they're getting out of the way. I don't know. Should I explain how this is? Because I keep seeing like maybe there's somebody you want to be with, but you're like, you're married. That's not happening. We can't. I'm not going to date you. Do not touch me. We're not going to do that. I'm not crossing that line. No, 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 no. You're married. And maybe their spouse has been like, I'm not getting a divorce. I'm not going to grant it. I'm not going to do it. No, we need to stay together, blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, things change and they want to leave. And if the reason they want to leave is because they found somebody else, who cares? The person that is going towards you may get bent out of shape about that, and that may cause a lot of problems due to anger. But like, if it's really not going to serve anything, can we just, who cares? If they're just going, just let them go. Just let them go. You all have to think about it the way you think about it. Feel about it the way you feel about it, I don't know. I liked this at first, and I'm like questioning, like messages. I don't know if there's anything beyond the actual, this person got out of the way. If Aquarius decides they want to know the reason, like they want to, is that accessible to them? You could find out, yes. I'm not surprised about that. They're also saying if you find out, it's better to keep it to yourself, but also, is that going to cause you some type of mental anguish knowing an answer that you don't think you should share? It's up to you. You have the answer to that. I don't. Yeah. They're also saying, I wouldn't share that answer if you find it. You got to do what you feel is right, but they're saying, I wouldn't share that answer if you find it. An offer comes forward. It's coming through the king. Okay. Usually I get offers through knights, but this one, I feel like an offer is coming forward. Because, no, I feel like this person is giving an offer. They're showing, like, this has been here, and now I can let you have it. Now you can have this. Now this can be something for you. Now that this person got out of the way, you can have this. You can, but it probably wouldn't work. I think we've already talked about this, sort of. You can try to get into, like, well, how do you feel about that? What happened? What's here? What's there? You can go through all the emotional details if you decide you want to. It's usually not Aquarius's bag. Usually Aquarius is more curious about what happened and why. They just kind of want to know the details. But like it'll open an emotional open an emotional can of worms. It's making me a little uncomfortable. You don't have to do that. Another version is like, okay, great, let's just move forward with what we want to do. That's another version, just like, okay, great, let's just move forward with what we want to do. Whatever it is, if there's some emotional baggage that they have to work through, help them find a good therapist. It's better for them and you. It doesn't mean that you're not interested. Talk about it lightly. You know how to do this. Talk about it a little bit here, a little bit there, but then express like, you know what? I think a therapist would help you get to the root of how you're feeling and help you process it better than I could. And I want that for you. So let's find one for you. You can talk with me about it, but let's actually find somebody who can help you process it so you can move on from it and be happy. If that seems necessary. I feel like it's better for you to kind of like, let's move forward and do what we want to do now. That situation's done. Let's move forward and do what we want to do now. This doesn't have to be a love thing, but it does end up with the Lover's card and the High Priestess. Let this energy go. Whatever it is that got out of the way, I keep getting, at least in your connection, in your respect, let it go. I would not invest in that. I would not comment on it unless you feel like you need to. If it is some type of love thing and somebody else left, which allowed you to move forward with the person you wanted to move forward with, I would give a suggestion. I don't know if suggestion is a good idea. There's the option. There we go. You have an option. Keep it behind closed doors and make it clear to that person. I will talk to you directly if you want to hash something out, the two of us privately, away from anybody else, where nobody else even knows we talk about it, and do not bring my name up. Well, this is what Aquarius thought, and this was Aquarius's opinion. There'll be none of that. I'll talk it out with you. I'll support you privately, but I don't want to be in the middle of this. It's up to you if you feel like that's warranted or not. Because I feel like if we keep it, like, I'll help them work it out. If you get into that role where you feel like you have to, you keep it completely like, I will work with you, I will help you personally, but I don't think it's right for me to be in this situation. I don't think we need to do that. But I'll help you privately. It keeps you out of the middle of it, and it also makes you more of a, it makes things more favorable for you. It gives you more power in the situation, especially if it becomes one of those things where people are arguing for whatever reason. If the other side doesn't know that you're not happy with them, if it's very private, they might work with you better than they do with the person they formerly were with. They used to be with their former partner. Because we want to let this energy go. Let it go. It's getting out of the way. Let it go. It wants to keep going. It wants to move on to whole new things. Let it go. Let it get out. Let it go away. It could drag. It could continue to drag on if we give it too much attention. If you don't put your attention towards it, if you don't engage with it, it is a much better chance it'll just kind of move on. And we let it go. Let it get out. Get it out. Don't need it in your way. We don't need it. It's not going to give you any type of benefit. I don't see anything positive coming for you by holding on to that. Let it go. Let it get out. It's getting out of your way. Bon voyage. Best of luck. Okay. Let it go. Again, I think we're coming back to, like, there's certain answers that, like, certain answers maybe aren't necessary. Let's just let it go. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like you'll understand when I say, if you think ahead and you're like, is there an answer that's going to make the situation better for what you were looking for? And if you can find one, all right, see if that one's true. And if it's not true, then move on. Don't let things become a problem for you that don't need to be a problem for you, you know? Let it go. Let it go. Does that make sense? All right, I hope it does. I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.